Initiate, over here! Have you seen the naughty Nariad players? They're performing an anvil, apparently at the Pirate Queen's request. They're a little crass for my taste, but that Toralon is the elk's antlers. Oh, and Matron Astara wants to see you in the sanctuary. So I hear. A contract. Some kind of special request. The matron asked for you specifically, so you better get a move on. I was asking myself that very same question. Seriously, you're a natural at this. Even Elam says so, and he never compliments any of the initiates. I bet you'll find out more if you stop asking me questions and get to the sanctuary.
A contract has come our way that includes an unusual request. The client wants to meet the assassin assigned to carry out the task before paying our exorbitant fee. It's rare, but not unheard of. And the Black Hand agreed, so who am I to complain? I'd like you to deal with this one, Initiate. Go to Anvil Castle and meet with our client. I'm sure she's got a good reason for making a special request. Oh, didn't I mention? It's none other than the self-proclaimed provincial governor of Anvil, the Pirate Queen Fortunata Abdugal. I expect you to handle this like any other contract. Locate your target, plan your attack, and make your kill. Knowing Fortunata, it could be anyone. She's made as many enemies as she has friends since taking control of the Gold Coast. Probably just a noble who insulted her at one of her elaborate parties. I'm sure there's a book about her around here somewhere. Oh, very well. Fortunata worked for the Gold Coast Trading Company before she used her influence and connections to become the Pirate Queen of the Abetian Sea. With a fleet of ships and an army of pirates, it helped that the region had been decimated by Varen's civil war. She was so bold as to claim the entire Gold Coast as her domain. But Count Carolus and Kavach still have a little to say about that. It's crawling with Red Sail's pirates. Fortunata keeps it locked up tighter than her dowry chest, but she is expecting you. Mirabelle knows the Anvil Castle well. She spends time there pretending to be a servant so she can keep an eye on things. Certainly, and she's very good at it. For the eventual day when we have to move against the Pirate Queen, we'll have Mirabelle in place and ready to act. Of course, such a day may never materialize, but I believe in preparing for every contingency.
Well, you look interesting. I'm quite certain I don't remember seeing you around the castle before. Even so, I do hope there's a good reason for this interruption. Ah, of course. You're one of them. I wasn't sure you'd honor my request since I refused to perform that ghoulish ritual of yours. I suppose even the Brotherhood can be bought for the right amount of gold. I prefer to convey my orders directly so that nothing gets lost in the translation. You know about the Order of the Hour? The religious warriors that protect the Kvatch Cathedral? They've expanded their mandate and now pose a threat I can't ignore. I'm sure this is all Count Careless's doing. He constantly defies me, damn the man. Doesn't he realize the Gold Coast is better off under my control? Anyway, kill Commander Marcus Scipio. That should show the Count that the Hour can't protect him. Now that you mention it, there is one more thing. After you murder Scipio, go and tell the Count what you did. Scare the pants off him and drive home the point that the Order of the Hour can't stop the inevitable. The Hour has moved its most elite members into Castle Kvatch and locked the place down. You'll need to find a way inside to get at Scipio. My Ratmaster tells me the guard tower might be the best route. The key can be found on the Castellan.
The Grand Sermonizer! Called home to Akatosh before her time! Oh, the trials heaped upon Akatosh's faithful servants! But Akatosh and his primate will guide us through these troubling times.
It's all right to be... Just perhaps with a little less zeal until some of this blows over.
Move along. The castle has been closed by command of the Count of Kvatch and the Order of the Hour. Do you now? I suppose you have a writ from the Count? Or maybe a seal from Primate Artorius? Or a pass from an Hour officer? No? I didn't think so. Move along. You know, a scroll bearing the hallowed seal of the Primate of Akatosh. Shows you have the Primate's blessing. Without one of those identifying documents, we'd have no way of knowing who belongs in the castle and who doesn't. You can't
Not unless you're a New Hour recruit or you're one of the chanters from the cathedral. Other than that, no one else is allowed in the castle at this time. Now move along before you get on my bad side.
Only the finest wares here.
I find that a visit to these graves is almost as uplifting as a stroll through the cathedral. Of course! I am one of Akatosh's chanters, after all. But why in the name of the dragon god of time are you interested in the primate seal? I will not! That seal is a declaration and a confirmation of my faith, and I take my faith very seriously. By Akatosh's hourglass eyes, you're one of those dark assassin people! The ones the Grand Sermonizer warned us about. Look, there's a hidden passage in the moat, along the western wall. Use that route if you really need to get into the castle. I'm not foolish enough to cross the Dark Brotherhood. It's true. Normally chains firmly bar the moat door, but that changed recently for reasons I'm not privy to. Someone must be using it. You can use it too, if you're quick and quiet about it.
You shouldn't be in here.
worthless gadabouts! Don't make me throw you on your arse!
Turn around and leave the way you came in.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Didn't work. Yes, it must have. I performed the ritual just as described night after night, and now you're here. I suppose there's no turning back. I have to go through with this, for the people of Kvatch. Fortunata must be stopped. I have the gold required for payment, but I wanted to offer you something more. I can tell you who's been murdering your assassins. You're not? Then why have you slipped past my defenses and entered my... Oh no. Fortunata sent you, didn't she? You're here to kill me! You murdered the commander. I see. Another one of Fortunata's insults. Pay to weaken the Order of the Hour, but killing a count is just a waste of gold. But you are one of the Brotherhood, and I performed your ritual. Let me pay you to kill her. Then pass along the message to your superiors. Let them know I have gold and information. I can point you toward the person hunting your agents and... Wait, who's that? Is he with you?
Initiate, let us speak. I arrive in response to the Black Sacrament, and look who I find. An interesting turn of events, don't you agree? One contract comes into conflict with another, and you're caught in the middle. That makes you the ideal candidate to sort things out. The Night Mother heard the Count's prayer, and Fortunata Abdugal has been named. Her soul is promised to Sithis now, and you will keep that promise. The Count's contract is yours to fulfill. You completed Fortunata's contract to the letter. No one can say that the Brotherhood didn't discharge its obligations in that regard. Now we have a new contract, and not all the gold in Anvil can change that. The Count's sacrament is yours. Very good. Seek out your sister, Mirabelle, in Anvil Castle. She can provide aid and advice should you need it. The secret exit in the Dignitary Suite is the fastest route out of this castle. Now go and fulfill the Night Mother's will. My dear Count, let's discuss the terms of this contract.
I don't want to know the details. Believe me, if there was another way. Just make sure the Pirate Queen dies. The fate of the Gold Coast depends on it.
assume you have a reason for approaching me while I'm working. What is it? Are you trying to get me noticed? Wait a moment. Did you run into a problem with the governor's contract? Did something go wrong? Interesting. I knew we were going to eliminate the Pirate Queen eventually, but I didn't expect that today would be the day. Why the sudden change, I wonder? He did. I'm impressed. I didn't think the old Count had it in him to ask the Night Mother for help. First, the governor contracts you to perform a kill, and then you get a contract to kill her. The Speaker must love this. Of course he did. I've been studying the castle and the governor's habits for months now. She keeps a pantry on the upper level. I suggest a dose of poison. Drop it in her favorite decanter of wine, and that should do the trick. The governor's private pantry is on the top floor. The place is a maze, though, and the red sails guard the direct approach 9 ways to Sundas. I'd use the secret passages in the eastern corridors. Just look for a red drape over an alcove. Naturally. Most castles have them. You just need to know where to look. Once you pass through the entry hall, the guards will consider you a threat. If you want to avoid being seen, find a red drape and use the secret passages. The Speaker sent you to me, didn't he? I know Anvil Castle like the back of my hand, and I know the governor. Poison lets your target do all the work for you. And Fortunata can't resist any excuse to reach for a decanter of her favorite wine. Oh, I'd love to put an end to her royal pain in the arse, but the Speaker gave this contract to you. I'm just here to offer advice. Tell you what, after you poison Fortunata's wine, I'll stop by for the show. We can share a drink and watch her die.
Someone get the guard.
No crime is too petty. You'll pay.
How in Oblivion's bleakness did you get in here? No, don't tell me. I don't really want to know your trade secrets. To what do I owe the pleasure of this unexpected visit? Can I assume that my little problem has been dealt with? That's perfect. Splendid, even. I'm going to overlook the way you so rudely barged in here and offer you a drink. Join me on my balcony. Sure you'll appreciate the view. Fetch my wine, girl. You know the one. And bring something less expensive for my friend here. I miss sailing the open sea. Things were more clear out there. Kill or be killed. Take whatever you can carry. Fight to keep what's yours. It's the same here, I suppose. We're just less honest about it.
Your wine, Governor.
Mirabelle? Where's Edwina?
You know how clumsy Edwina can be, Governor. While she cleans up her mess, I brought your wine so you wouldn't be kept waiting.
Initiative. I like that in a serving girl. Very well then. A toast to taking what you can and fighting to keep what's yours. The wine. What did you do?
We'll drink to your memory, Governor, and to the glory of the Night Mother.
Mirabelle. She's one of you.
Life is fleeting, Fortunata. An illusion. And in the end, everything belongs to Sithis. Tell him I said hello. I'll see you back at the sanctuary, darling. After I clean up any evidence of our involvement. Well, that's done. I'm just glad I was here to be a part of it. I never did like that glorified, over-important pirate. Now be a dear, and get back to the sanctuary. Let Astara know what happened. I'll be along in a bit. I just want to make sure I can continue my role here after the dust settles and a new administration takes over. If you need a way out, I'll happily let you in on my secret escape route. It's never failed me yet. Oh, darling, I have all kinds of secrets. And so did Fortunata. There's a hidden passage in the governor's suite that she used whenever she wanted to move about in a clandestine manner. I've used it a few times myself. Leads to a cave on the shore. You don't have to thank me. We're family after all. But if you forget you saw me in these rags, I'd be ever so grateful. Now get back to the sanctuary and let Astara know that Fortunata is as dead as that stuffed chub loon she kept on her mantle.